Thank you everyone for joining. This is our top episode 12, and a little bit about why we do this webinar series. Why Founders Diary? We understand that building a company can be a lonely journey. While there are definitely joys of entrepreneurship, there are also significant challenges. In our Founders Diary series, we ask founders about what their lives look like and reflect on what they discovered during the process. So today, I'm supposed to have my brother, twin brother, Ardi, but he has another um, sudden meeting that he has to attend, so he will join later. So Ardi and I, we founded Prasetia back in 2008 as a telecommunication infrastructure company. We built telecommunication towers, and starting 2013, we start to look to invest in a lot of the tech companies in Indonesia. So today, the topic is intelligence video analytics and location intelligence to bring advancement in Indonesia. So today we have two amazing speakers. The first one is Martyn Terpilowski, investor and founder of Bhumi Technology. A little bit of Bhumi Varta. Technology is changing the world of location intelligence, business analytics, mapping, and geofencing marketing in Indonesia. Welcome, Martyn.
Thanks, boss.
Second speaker is Meidy Fitranto, CEO and co-founder of Nodeflux. Nodeflux was founded in 2016 with a vision to be a technology catalyst in Indonesia. Within 2 years since its inception, Nodeflux has managed to be the only Indonesian company incorporated with the NVIDIA Metropolis Software Partner Program. And our face recognition technology has passed the coveted US NISP face recognition standard test. Through the intelligence video analytics, Nodeflux developed an AI-based solution to support sectors such as security and cyber surveillance, smart cities, traffic management, as well as COVID-19 solutions. Today, Nodeflux has integrated its services with a database of around 150 million Indonesian citizen data managed by the Ministry of Affairs the first time in Indonesia. So I would like to invite Martyn and maybe Martyn first to introduce about yourself, your background, maybe history before founding Bhumi Varta, and a little bit of Bhumi Varta in a way that I haven't explained. So please, Martyn.
Right, so thank you, Natasha, for the slides. Actually, my background is significantly different than most of the other people.
Your voice is a little bit low.
Sorry?
Your voice a little bit low. It was good back before.
Can you hear me now?
It's still very low. The
Just hold on, boss.
No, now it's good.
Yeah, now it's good?
Yeah.
Right. So my background is a bit different to most of the other founders, I guess. Initially, I was an investor like yourself, investing in various different companies. And then I started this company from that. Previously to working in Indonesia, I was working in finance, in private banking, in hedge funds for around 15 years. And I was working mainly in Tokyo and Hong Kong. So kind of a different outlook, I guess. Always worked, as I say, in the finance world. Even then I set up my own small VC and eventually like this particular space. And as previously I was living in Singapore and investing in different companies here, it became very difficult because I couldn't own the shares. So then I decided to start the company here, focus on one business I thought was very attractive, and set up as a PMA company. So now I came to Indonesia around nearly 2 years ago, started this business with a couple of local partners here who are quite strong here. And from there, we've grown to over 50 people. We've never lost a member of staff yet, except one person. We continue to recruit during COVID. Our plan is to have up to 100 people this year. The way we set up our business is very different because we don't run a runway model or anything like this. We're very careful because the capital's our own, the majority of money's our own. So we have access to more money, but we obviously want to be very careful and ensure that we grow sustainably. So profitability is very key to me. And the team is very key to me. You can see what we do here in a very basic terms. The reason I became involved with this business is simply because I, as a non-technology person, completely understood why this could benefit Indonesia. For me, it's very straightforward to explain to people why, you know, Indonesia is logistically challenged. Indonesia has a huge amount of data that's actually in many cases is no use to anybody. So by linking it to geographical positioning, I, as a non-tech person, can completely understand the benefits of that. And, you know, when I'm outside the normal world, I don't really talk to the VCs. I talk to bankers and business owners, and they also can understand where I'm coming from on this. So it's a bit of a different approach, but personally, I could totally see why this kind of thing would work. So I decided to commit myself to this business. And yeah, I think it's quite clear. There's a lot of, you know, a lot of information that needs to be made more understandable. So deep tech, strong IP, and I believe also scalable. So yeah, that was what brought me here, and that's why I'm committed to the long term now.
All right, thank you, Martyn. So over to you, Mas Meidy.
Okay, thank you, Pak Arya.
Take my slide down. Take my slide down.
Okay. Sure. Your presentation is really interesting.
Thank you both. Yeah, also your own. I need to learn a bit more about your business, really. I've been very focused on what we've been doing and not really been involved in the normal ecosystem, really. Just been very focused on trying to deliver the product to the clients. So maybe we should talk outside this in the future.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, actually, thank you very much, Pak Arya, for explaining Nodeflux. Actually, you already explained a lot of what we are already doing. So maybe I'll just explain it again, but with visual additional. So yeah, what we do in Nodeflux is actually we are working in vision AI solution. So basically, from image and video, we try to get the structured data and then get value from that. So we are started from, most of it is from cities landscape, and then for the security like that. And then as mentioned earlier, so we are partly to become the only one NVIDIA partner on the Metropolis Software Palace program. And then also we are the only one from Indonesia that the face recognition already passed FR50 vendor test in NIST in US. And actually in Southeast Asia itself, it's only 4 entities. One is us from Indonesia, and then the 3 others is from Singapore. One of them is Panasonic Research. And then we also have a good rank, actually. Then it's around 25th rank from around 90 to 100 face recognition vendors all around the world. But I think today is already getting lower because the vendors keep compete on the leaderboard. So yeah, we already implement in several cities in Indonesia and for several clients. Most of them is for the securities, for the police, and then for the cities. And then in COVID, actually, we try to deliver a solution that can help to manage a public movement, public behavior regarding COVID management. So yeah, we were starting with Jakarta, but currently we're already working with Bandung, Yogyakarta, and also East Java, Jawa Timur. So I think there's several brief of what we do at Nodeflux today.
Interesting. They say that's again, it's very deep tech, right? Very not easy to replicate, which for me is quite important, I think. You know.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mas Meidy. Thank you for the introduction.
Thank you.
Let's jump to the questions that we already prepared. But for the viewers that want to ask some questions, please feel free to put your questions on the chat on the lower left corner of your screen. Okay, first question. How do you make sense of today's business environment, the COVID-19 environment, and decide how to respond? Let's start with Martyn first.
Right. I mean, business environments will always change. I started working in finance in 1998, just as they had the dot-com bubble. And then I worked through 2001, September the 11th. 2008, when Lehman Brothers collapsed. And a lot of my friends lost their jobs also. And every time that happened, everyone thought the world was never going to get back to normal. COVID has provided a unique challenge for sure. And of course, it's not great for anybody, but I've honestly tried not to get too caught up in all this talking about it. Because, I see all these seminars and people's webinars, people saying how to get through COVID. Nobody's got through COVID before. Yeah. So when people are saying things like, it's an unknown because we don't know how long it will go on for. So again, with everything I do, it's a long-term strategy. I always made sure that if people want to call it a runway, I call it's a long, long way. So I don't have to worry on a month-to-month basis about anything. We don't have a big sales team. We only have really one sales lady. So my focus is really, basically in our company, me and my other partner, David Panjaitan, we get the meetings. So we are quite beneficial in that we have a very good network ourselves. So we're not really wasting it. And now we've got your good self as well. So we don't really, so a lot of people obviously during COVID had a huge sales team that suddenly had nothing to do. And of course, that's a problem. Whereas I only had one lady. So again, I tried to turn it into a positive of focusing on what I can change. And basically, we focused completely on the technology during COVID, even when they work from home, people working on sprints, making sure everything's done. And I told the guys, you won't lose your job. You'll carry on getting paid full salary. You'll get THR, but you've got to work. I've got to trust you on this to deliver this product. So when this eventually ends, our product's going to be better than everybody else's because we've actually accelerated during this. So that's what I've tried to do, because if you worry about things you can't change, I think it's a real worry. And also, if you're in a position like I think some of the startups which have gone, they were in a situation where they were actively encouraged to run up huge amounts of sales staff and huge amount of monthly costs. And then the minute the rug comes from under them, there's no one to help them. You see, I don't want to rely on anybody else, and I don't rely on anybody else. So that way, I always make sure that if there is a problem which lasts 6 months, 1 year, I'm still in a position where I can manage that process, which is, it's kind of lucky, and maybe it's because I'm old. I've done it before working in these businesses, but yeah, I think focusing on improving the technology, and things will recover. There will be another day. As you know, talking to me, I can't get caught up in worrying about something I can't change.
Yeah, so the way I say is like, you see that maybe like the market as itself is contracting, so you're shifting your focus on the product development, right?
Totally, because we're not, even people who are using my software is not paying me on time anymore. So I have to accept this. I mean, also, I'll be honest with you, I've joined various groups during COVID-19. I've done a lot of like charity work and stuff, and I know it's been good to help, but it's also been a huge advantage. I mean, my network has increased dramatically. I focused on the Forbes, I focused on the media. I just tried to build the brand of our business, the fact that we were continuing as we went along. Is there any reasons like that? So yeah, I just try to, as I said, I remember sat at my desk in 2008, and half my friends had lost their jobs, and I was quite lucky because I still had a contract, and there was no business, no nothing. For 6 months, nothing happening. And yeah, people were shell-shocked, and people said it would never recover. But that's, this is my issue with a lot of the way that businesses are set up here, because they're not, if you go bankrupt in 3 months, I'm sorry, you're not a real business. You can be told by any of these VC guys can tell you you're a real business, you're not. If you went bankrupt within 3 months of the start of this crisis, you shouldn't have been in business. But this is because they're actively encouraged to increase spending to a level that is non-sustainable if there's just 2 or 3 bad months. So it's just a very different way of approaching things because of banking background, where that's the way you have to do things.
But in terms of the market, right? I think some of the coffee chain, I think were your customers, right? And so I would say like the retail F&B.
It's been hugely damaging, and as in getting money in. Of course, the week before COVID started, I was about to sign a contract with Body Shop and The Harvest, multiple companies, and of course that won't happen anytime soon. But I can't change that. You see, what I also focused on was FMCG. You know, FMCG, government business, which will always be there, obviously, BSSN, BPN. So the thing with our business in day one, we didn't focus on we focused widely, because for me, if I just deal with government, it's not sustainable. It's not scalable, sorry. If I just deal with F&B, it's not scalable. So spreading the risk across assets. We're also working with COVID, but of course we don't get paid for it. It's kind of goodwill, and we are working with tracking the people for the COVID. But what we've tried to do is, you know, build our brand and use into more FMCG, different sectors, because, you know, if you just concentrate on a very small sector, of course that's going to damage me, because even people who are my existing clients are now calling me going, "Hey, Park, you know, can we pay less this year, Park? Can we have a discount, Park?" And I'm like, you've just been telling everybody on LinkedIn you're still succeeding. So it's a challenge, you know. You know, I have customers like XXI Cinema. I mean, they're very good guys, but of course they've been damaged dramatically by this. I mean, luckily they are existing customers, but it's obviously had an effect. But I can't change that. So all I can do is change, is act to what I can change.
But do you see as like one particular industry that is growing because of COVID in your pipeline?
Not that pays money, no. Not that's actually going to make me more money. This probably is there is benefits, you know. I think the online people, like maybe Tokopedia, I don't know. You know, people are not going to the mall.
No, but the one that is going to use your product.
But no, well, again, I was seeing that according to LinkedIn, people like Danone, I won't name all the companies. According to LinkedIn, they are really doing well. But when it comes to negotiation, I think everybody is going to use COVID. So I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters, because people are going to use COVID, I'll tell you now, people will use COVID as an excuse for not paying you or paying you less, whether COVID affect them or not. So no one's going to say to me, "Oh, my business is doing much better now because of COVID. I will give you some money. I'll give you more money." So it's not relevant, because even people doing better, it's not going to help my situation, because everybody is going to use this as an excuse.
Okay. Thank you, Martyn.
Yeah.
So, Meidy, how about you?
Actually, COVID is for me is one of the crazy moments. Once in a lifetime, I think the first time I've been facing this kind of situation. So at the beginning, it's very shocking moment, and then we see a lot of shifting in this and that. So not only on the economic side, on the business side, but also on the healthy side, because me and my family also figuring out how we can survive in this kind of situation, how we can survive not doing interaction with our family and others. So it's really a challenging moment, and it's a really interesting moment for me. And the shifting is really huge, because actually on this early year, we have a lot of interest from the government to produce a solution for tax initiative for collecting tax using AI. But in COVID situation, all of the government are relaxing their tax regulation. So because the economy will be much more under pressure if they're still collecting tax but the activity is going down. So the interest is going on the other side, and then we try to figure out COVID. So just like Martyn said, on the COVID solution is one of the trickiest part. There is not a really huge business, but we try to tap in because this is one of the fit with this current situation. But fortunately for us, currently we have several traction for the COVID solution from the government. So hopefully it's good for us. So back to the question. So how did we respond to this business environment? We set ourselves, okay, Nodeflux is in crisis mode. So we talk to investor, we talk to our team. Okay, this is the situation, and then this is Nodeflux, because I think Nodeflux is not in a good shape to facing this kind of situations, because we are previously was it too much portion from the government, and then a long sales cycle, long AR cycle, and then a lot of things that we've learned after this crisis situation. So we put the crisis mode. Okay, this is how we handle this company or the cash operation and others. We set. We are thinking we are not in normal condition. We are in crisis condition, and then what I think is we've been learned quite interesting, because I think as a company wide we are getting more more unite, and then the transparency of information of data is being more transparent. Even the daily financial, and then of the financial stuff of the team can see it also. So we know how this company is going, and then how to not only survive in this condition, but having a sustainable company for the future. So yeah, become more professional. And then what I see is really interesting, because before COVID, we see we have a lot of resources, and then after COVID, the resources is being crunched. So on that condition, we as the founders, as management, are trying to think harder about where is our focus. So we say no to a lot of things that maybe we could say yes if it's not in crisis mode. So it gives us practice or experience on a learning on how to get how to put more focus in managing organization, how to put down not everything that we can do, we should do it. So yeah, I think that's what we learned, and also we also try to rethink hard about our product. And so far, it's really interesting because we see the future, how we can see the Nodeflux potential to become more significantly sustainable than before, because our mindset, how to manage this kind of thing, is completely different from after crisis and before crisis.
So it seems like this COVID kind of forced you to focus on what you need to do and what you're best at, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing for us, you see. We had a very driven from day one. Like we know exactly what we're doing, and we had no, a lot of people came to us and said, oh, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. And we just said, no,
yeah.
This is what we're doing. We're going to stick to, try not to, and this is what we're doing, and we're going to stick to. So in that respect, we were quite lucky. We hadn't gone off on tangents. We didn't have investors telling us what to do. We were just focused on the thing we believed. And I'm very single-minded, as in the fact I'm still right, it doesn't matter if COVID lasts 3 months, 6 months, I'm still going to do this, and I'm still going to complete it. And that's just the way I am. So yeah.
Okay. Next question. Were there any challenges you faced in the first few months of building the company? How long did it take for you to get your first early customers?